So my name is Ryan Keller. I'm 35 years old. I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. During junior high school, I was playing basketball with this kid, and it got a little rough. Every time I go for a layup, he'd push me in the air. When he went for a layup, I decided to push him, and then we got in an altercation. What ended up happening, he punched me in the face, and I fell on the ground. I think I had a concussion. So at that point, I was kind of thinking, well, maybe I need to do more to kind of defend myself. I started training with Sifu Kevin in a program that he called Jun Fan Gung Fu, Jeet Kune Do. So I found American Karate Studios. I started training with Sifu Greg Smith. Now, Sifu Greg Smith, he comes from what they call a Ted Wong lineage. Ted Wong was a student of Bruce Lee, so they considered Ted Wong a first-generation student. He was an instructor under Bruce Lee. In 2009, I became an instructor with Sifu Greg Smith, under the Ted Wong lineage, Ted Wong Jeet Kune Do. I had the opportunity to train with the Navy SEAL, with a combative program. But with Jeet Kune Do, it's really about the individual. It's not so much about belt ranking, trophies, tournaments. It's the individual, how much the individual puts into learning more about himself. So Bruce grew up in Hong Kong, all the way up to the age of 18. At that time period, he was getting into a lot of fights, a lot of gang members, and Bruce didn't back down to a challenge. His parents thought it would be best for him to learn martial arts and maybe learn more respect. So they sent him off to train with Yip Man in Wing Chun Gung Fu.
In his life, Bruce studied many martial arts, including Wing Chun from Ip Man. He also studied some Muay Thai, and also included Judo. Studying these different arts helped propel himself into his Hollywood career, but also main focus on his life was also his philosophy.
You still think of yourself Chinese, or do you ever think of yourself as North American?
You know what I want to think of myself? As a human being. Because, I don't want to sound like, as Confucius say, but under the sky, under the heaven, man, there is but one family. It just so happened, man, that people are different.
Why it is so different, our school here at American Jeet Kune Do is the only school, I would say, within 70 miles that teaches Jeet Kune Do. Why you don't really see it too much is it's not about trophies, it's not about belts, it's not about ranking, it's about the individual. It's about your own personal expression. It's about your own total freedom. The best way I could describe it is, if, for instance, you're filming this right now, so there's certain things that you need. You need a camera, you need audio, you need lights. So the same thing with Jeet Kune Do. With Jeet Kune Do, there's a core, there's a base, there's things that we need to incorporate from Bruce Lee to pass on to the next generation, so we keep that. But outside of that, what makes Jeet Kune Do unique is that once you have all these different things in place, it's about expressing yourself.
You see, actually, I do not teach, karate, because I do not believe in styles anymore. But if you do not have styles, if you just say, well, here I am, as a human being, how can I express myself?
I think Bruce had like 2,500 books in his library, and there were all kinds of different books as far as philosophy, as far as kinesthetics, as far as working out, as far as boxing, fencing, wrestling, anything he can really get his hands on, he was researching. I think he understood that as he was training these different individuals, what might help them in their journey.
Francesca?
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.